I got this letter from a partner, from Keith. He's probably watching right now, Keith. Great story. Keith's been a partner for a number of years here. I'll read it. Once again, I find myself crying as I attempt to write this message to you. 6 years ago, when Keith and I first saw you on Sid Roth and ordered those first CDs, we could not possibly have imagined the journey we were about to take. It has been a wild ride. We knew that your message was a true revelation to you from God, and that we needed to immerse ourselves in your teaching to wash away all the religion and lies about God we've been taught. Today, we joined your service online and cried through most of it as we rejoiced in what God has done through and for us. A short version of our story is that 2 weeks after we moved into our new home, Keith lost his job. This would have destroyed him and caused him much fear if he had not been well versed in your teachings. For that, we greatly thank you. It was a blessing in disguise. He started a trucking company with part of his retirement fund. A few months after he started, a friend called him and asked him to come and talk about doing some hauling for another company that he had worked for. Keith didn't go for several months because he thought that he was too busy. However, this friend was persistent, and Keith finally went to meet with him. And during the meeting, this friend slid a check across the desk showing Keith how much his company was paying a different trucking company for a single week of work. It was $50,000. This blew Keith's mind, but it gave him something to believe in. As you have taught us, if you can see it, you can have it. He came home with a new vision for his business. So we started the new, what do you call it, the regrouping or the relaunch of our business, if you will, in December of 2016. That's a year ago. And the first week, we made $8,718. Exclamation mark. That's pretty good money, right? We thought we'd really made it big. But God was not done. Keith had struggled with tithing all of his life. It wasn't that he was not a giving kind of person. He simply did not see how the math would work if he tithed. I told him that it was a supernatural event, and I prayed that God would blow his mind when he started to tithe consistently. Well, he really did. Last week, less than a year later, and this is in December, we sent this company an invoice for our trucking company for $31,775.84 for 1 week of work. We stand and release our faith with you every week. We give all the glory to God. We thank him every day for you and your ministry. We know that we would still be on that hamster wheel of work and toil if it were not for you and your ministry. I just had to tell you this good news. By the way, we expect another record-breaking week this week. Keith, good job. Think bigger, Keith. Keep going. And I would say this to Keith. Keith, now start thinking national, you know. You got the prototype, now duplicate it.